Gundam!
Yeah. Okay, anyway. Welcome back to Rewatch First Watch, Side Star.
Today, I'm your host, the Rewatcher of Gunbuster, Lumia.
Yes, and I'm your first watcher of Gunbuster, KeybladeSpirit.
What are your thoughts so far on Gunbuster Episode 2?
Good. Very good.
Here we get to start seeing the beauty of the time dilation being a thing. I think that's the word.
Yeah, time dilation.
Yeah. Where time travels differently at higher speeds, which is really cool, really fun.
Yeah, and something that happens in the real world. They've tested it with airplanes and stuff.
I don't know how accurate their time dilation is in Gunbuster, but...
Yeah, but just the fact that it exists is really good attention to detail.
I do like that the first friend that our two girls meet in this episode is the Russian, since the Russians were the first to go into space.
Yeah.
Which just is inherently cool as a detail.
Yeah, although it bears mentioning they're not Russians, they're Soviets.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
the Soviet Union still exists in 2021, I think, is when this show takes place.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this show was made back when the Soviet Union was still a thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was made in the 80s, so yeah.
Yeah. Incidentally, the Japanese textbook that I learned from my first time in Japanese class was also released back when the Soviet Union was still a thing.
I don't know if that's a good thing book-wise.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good book, but very useful. Anyway, we're off topic. I made us off topic.
Beautiful. It's just, there's so much going on in this episode that I really like. Like, for instance, we get to see where Noriko's One-sama, whose name I forget at the moment because I'm awful.
She's Amino,
we get to see... No, that's... Yeah, you're right, Amino, because it's Noriko Tamako, I think. Either way. We finally get to see how talented she is, because we got to see how Noriko built herself up the last episode. And here we get to put her up against someone, the Soviet girl, who's said to be a quote-unquote genius.
Yeah.
And we just see, our girl taking blow for blow, countering everything, and pretty much being on equal terms with someone of this stature. Which is just a good, quick way to just sell off how talented she is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really great.
Yeah. One of the nice little fun details is the amount of Gundam references in here.
Yeah.
Like, the symbol here that the Federation uses is just an obvious homage to Gundam.
Yeah, it really is.
Which is cute. Yeah. Stuff like that is always fun. Oh, yeah, it is Amino. I looked it up.
Okay, good.
I don't know. I feel bad if I got the name wrong.
Yeah, you wouldn't be a real fan.
I'm bad with names. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm the same way.
What else do we have here in this episode? Noriko, we get to see how Noriko still feels about her dad being extremely, sad about it. When she goes, because in this episode, she accidentally finds Luxion while they're traveling at the speed of light or something.
Yeah.
And we see how Noriko still hasn't gotten over his death.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's heartbreaking to see just how she immediately runs into the ship without saying a word.
Yeah.
And obviously Coach wants, her dad to be alive because that was his guy. He saved his life.
Yeah.
It's just so heartbreaking, this episode for me.
It really is.
Oh.
this feels like one of the, or this is the episode that's kind of got me convinced that I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch Gunbuster a couple of times once we're done
And
here.
as you should. This is, I think, probably like my 7th time watching this show.
Oh wow.
I love this show. It's just, it's so beautiful. All the animation in this show is consistently on top and consistently amazing.
Yeah, I completely agree.
The training mechs just have this cool feel to them that make them feel like, battle dummies in a sense that I really like.
Yeah, they kind of remind me of the mass production Evas from End of Evangelion, but not quite so monstrous.
I think it's the same mech designer. I'm not sure. I'll have to check on that later for future reference. Because I'm not sure off the top of my head if it is the same guy.
Yeah, it's just the fact that they're all white and the shape of the head is kind of reminds me of it.
Well, no, they're not all white. It's just the Japanese ones are white.
Yeah.
Each country seems to have their own color. Soviet's got yellow because they don't tell us.
I see. Wait, which one did you say was yellow?
We don't know. Like, remember when they're like jumping off? Each squadron has a different color.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah. So, and because of just how only Japan had white, I assume that they're all based off their countries.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So that was always my guess when I saw that. So Japan only got 2 soldiers. We only meet one Russian girl, but we know there's a second.
Yeah. And we saw the sickle and hammer on the Soviet one.
Oh yeah, which is just always nice.
Yeah, well, to me that kind of shows that they are based on countries, or the colors are based on the countries.
Speaking of countries, I also just really love the suits that Noriko and Amano wear when they're on the spaceship. Yeah. I don't know, I just really like that red suit with this little Japanese flag pinned to their... It's not a pin because it has like this little brown top of it to it. So I don't know why. I just thought it was just a little flag they're wearing.
Yeah, it's probably like a badge or something.
It's a cool looking badge either way.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, that's all I have to say on this episode, really.
Yeah. Like I said, this is the episode that convinced me that I will need to watch this again a couple of times, probably.
Do it. And all of you out there, go watch Gunbuster with us.
Yes.
At your legal anime site that is streaming Gunbuster. There is one, right?
I'm pretty sure High Dive streams it.
There you go. High Dive. Who's used it before? I don't know.
Yeah, well, High Dive is supposedly the one site that dedicates itself to classic anime.
Oh shit, maybe I should actually get a subscription. We're getting off topic. Go! Anime. Bye!
No, I've still got more to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just cut that out, if you don't.
I'm not cutting that out. I'm making them know about your mistake.
Oh no. Well, go say your piece so I don't look that dumb.
Okay, the one last thing that I noticed that I thought was really cool, because it's like a cool historical science thing that's since been disproven, but I like that they incorporated it anyway. They mentioned, I think, the ether field or ether particles, something like that.
I'm not familiar with that. What is ether particles?
Okay, no, not particle. They didn't mention particles, but ether.
Oh.
The ether is what they used to think was the medium of space. Because way back when, they thought nothing could travel through a void. And so the fact that light was traveling from the sun to the earth meant that it must be moving through something. And so, and so to that end, they did all these experiments to try to prove that it existed. and none of them actually worked. And I don't remember who actually did it, but they used some really, really sensitive instruments. And that's what finally disproved the ether to the, or the theory of the ether to the, to the general public.
Huh.
And so I don't know, I'm pretty sure that was before Gunbuster was made. But the fact that they made that reference to it makes me a little bit happy, because it's like, yeah, they did the thing. They made a reference to this obscure science thing that doesn't even really exist anymore.
Today we learned that Key is a nerd.
Did we really learn that today?
It has been confirmed that he is a nerd.
Yes.
Cool science fact, though. I did not know that because I'm not science.
Yeah. Well, again, it's not a science fact. It's like a little trivia.
It was a science fact.
Yeah. It's historical science.
I think that's important to a degree, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I like that they acknowledged it here. I'd have to look up when they did the thing.
I think this show came out, or this OVA came out in 86?
That feels
I
right.
could be wrong.
86 or 88. Although you know this better than me, so I'm going to defer to
88.
you. Okay.
88 really is the best year of anime. Huh.
Yeah.
Look, I just try not to assume things come out in 88 because it's just Legend of Galactic Heroes came out that year, so it feels weird if I'm just mistaking that for other things, especially other weird sci-fi stuff.
Yeah. I mean, as we all know, Legend of the Galactic Heroes is the only anime that came out in 1988.
Of course. This is just another OVA, even though LOGH is also a OVA.
Yeah.
Shoot. Yeah. 1988 didn't happen. Confirmed.
1988 didn't happen.
Yes. Confirmed. It's dead.
Yes. I think we've made all of our points.
I think so too. You should go to the comments section and tell us why you love Gunbuster.
Yes, or why you don't love Gunbuster.
I don't think you're a human if you don't like Gunbuster. You heard it here, folks. I'm calling you out.
Yeah, but we can deal with that question some other day.
Sounds good. Well, bye-bye.
Bye. Our next episode will be the next episode of Eizouken.
I'm excited.
Yes. So, we'll see you next time.